What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Insomnia, which is beat the par score on Long Night of Solace. So start this up. You could do this on any difficulty, though I recommend normal, which is what I'm doing here. We're going to start off by running up ahead to the beach, and instead of running past these guys, we're going to throw a couple nades at these guys, and you could grab some more nades as you kill them and fire at them and run past them. So we don't want to spend too much time here, but throw a couple nades at them, and you want to make sure you keep one because we're going to use it to destroy the Wraith up ahead here. But I have 5 skulls on as well to get our score multiplier up. So if you just play on normal, you'll have a 1 score multiplier. So it's not a multiplier at all, really. It's just you get what you get. But if you actually put on some skulls, you get it up to 1.92, which is almost like you're on heroic. And those skulls that I have on are Catch, Famine, Fog, Thunderstorm, and Tough Luck. So that's what I would recommend throwing on. That brings it up to 1.92. But you can see this spirit is bringing in this Wraith. So we're going to grab it from behind as it's lowered to the ground. So we're going to wait until it's stopped, and then we're going to wait a second more, and then we'll sprint over here while it's descending, and we'll hop onto the back, and instead of punching it to death, you want to actually plant that grenade that we saved, because then you get triple kill, you get credit for killing the Wraith and everything. If you actually just beat it to death, unfortunately you don't get as many points because you kill the driver before the Wraith blows up, so you don't get nearly as many points. So we really want to get that Wraith kill, because that is a good chunk of points right off the bat there. And then we're going to go up onto the rock here. Noble Team's going to be pushing up, and we could kind of flank these enemies right here so we could get a bunch of points. So you can see they're not even paying attention to me. I'm just shooting them in the side of the head as they are kind of focused on Noble Team moving up. And you want to make sure you get that kill for the Elite, because he is the most points out of all the people here. So just get some shots on him, and then even if Noble Team is the one that finishes him off, you'll still get some credit for it. So we're going to move up. We're going to grab the rockets from this Marine right here. And then we're just going to move towards the right over here. And there's going to be an Elite that moves forward. You want to try to assassinate him, so just kind of run up behind him and smack him. If you don't end up getting the assassination, just, otherwise kill him. Just smack him a couple other times, or shoot him with the pistol to finish him off with a headshot once his shield pops. Then we're going to run up to this door. This door will open after a few seconds. There's like a big reveal of, oh, look at the saber. We're going to grab the sword as soon as it opens, and then we're going to run up these stairs. We're going to trigger a cutscene, and we're going to skip the cutscene, and then we'll find ourselves in space, in the saber. And the first thing you want to do when you get into the space section is you want to fly up a little bit. You want to be on about the same level as the top of Anchor 9, which is the biggest structure in this area. So kind of fly up for a little bit, and then we're going to look straight ahead, and you can see Anchor 9 right there. I'll fly a little bit higher up because I'm not at the tippity top. And that should do it. So yeah, we're about level with the top of Anchor 9 now. And we're going to fly over to the bottom left side of this blue glowing thing on the right over here. So just turn to the right. You can see this big glowing nebulous type thing. We're going to fly to the bottom left of that big glowing part. And I'm not boosting or holding back on the joystick or anything. So we're just flying at normal coasting speed, idling speed. And eventually you will have to go through all these series of commands because you're playing on normal, so it doesn't think you know how to play the game. So you have to, go through boosting and accelerating and evading and firing and switching your missiles and stuff. So eventually, you'll have to encounter that, and it's annoying because you have to deal with all of that plus a bunch of dialogue. So it takes a while for the fight to actually start up here. So just pay attention to the directions that pop up on screen so you get through it a little faster. And eventually there will be a nav point that pops up in the center of this area, and we're going to approach from this direction so we could get the Banshees at a good angle for us. So we want to be about 500 to 400 meters away from that nav point, and we're going to take out these Banshees. You can see as they fly in, we're in a good location to be able to take out a bunch of them. So you want to be able to kill a bunch of them and then look down, like kill like 4 or 5 of them, and then you could look down and there's more that are streaking up from below. So you could line them up, and if you line them up properly, you could actually get a Killionaire here. It looks like I didn't do that, but it's doable. So really you want to get multi-kills as much as possible, because if you get a double kill on 2 Banshees, that gives you more points than just killing 1 Banshee and then waiting and then killing another Banshee later. So the more multi-kills you could string together, the better. And also a factor is time. So you want to try to finish the mission within par time, which is 25 minutes for this mission, because if you don't, you will get less of a time bonus. If you get it par time or under, you actually get a 3 times multiplier, so that is very useful in getting the par score. But the second wave here is Seraphs. There are some Seraphs that come in, and we'll be able to take them out with our chain gun, and we'll finish them off with our missile pods. So just lay into these guys. It's not too tough because there's only 4 in the beginning, so not a lot to deal with. It's kind of a tutorial wave to show you how to deal with these guys. So we got the last one here. Take his shields down with the chain gun, and then switch to your missiles to finish them off quickly and efficiently. And then wave number 3 will be a bunch of Banshees and Seraphs combined. So you want to try to get back in the position you were in the beginning of wave 1, where we kind of came at it from the side, because we're going to try to kill as many Banshees as quickly as possible, which A, will give us multi-kills and, increase our score like that, but it will also finish the section faster so we can get a better par time. So we're going to start in on these Banshees from the side of them, and then we're going to look down over here and not go after these Seraphs. We could see these streaking Banshees from below, so they kind of go in a certain pattern that is easier to get a multi-kill. So you can see that displayed down there. And we're just going to target the Banshees at this point. And whenever you see a Banshee, you want to prioritize that because they're quick and easy kills, and it just makes the whole section easier. The less incoming fire, the better, obviously. So Banshees, you should probably take those guys out if you see them, and then you could focus on the Seraphs after that. So now that I'm not seeing any Banshees immediately in my area, I'll focus on Seraphs. This is a good hiding spot that I'm shooting at right now and flying under. If you find you're low on shields and health, you can hang out down here and wait for it to come back. It's not 100% safe. Somebody might chase you, but it's a good spot. But an even safer spot would probably be Anchor 9. The only reason you would want to go into that first hiding spot that I was showing you is because it's easier to get there. Getting behind Anchor 9 takes longer, so if you're really low on health and shield, you may die getting to Anchor 9 or getting behind Anchor 9. So you might have to settle for going to that first hiding spot, which is a good option to have. So you could head behind Anchor 9 if you have more health, but if not, you may not be able to make it. But we're on normal, so it shouldn't be as difficult, obviously, as higher difficulties. So we're going to try to kind of take the fight to them if we can, but obviously take your time if you need to. Duck behind cover if you need to. It's better to finish this section efficiently and perhaps more slowly and steadily, and kind of sacrifice some of that par time because people could get hung up on this section. So if you just kind of keep trying to do it as quickly as possible and you keep dying, that's just as bad, or that's definitely worse actually than taking a couple extra minutes to do it. So we're going to take out this last wave of Phantoms. There's going to be 5 of them, so they'll take 2 missile salvos each to destroy 1 Phantom. So we're going to take out as many as we can. You can see I was getting shot at there, so I just dove straight down. Another option to take cover and get your shield and health back is to just dive straight down to the planet Reach, and they often don't shoot you that much while you're descending. And once you're all the way down there at the bottom of the playable zone, they definitely don't shoot you down there. So it's a good place to gather your shields back up. And then you can kind of attack them from below, and you could get a good amount of damage on them that way before they even really notice that you're firing at them, before they even react to you. So we're going to take these guys out. And once you take out the Phantoms, everyone starts leaving. So you want to try to take out more enemies as they're running away so you can get more points, obviously. So they'll start ignoring you, and they'll start kind of running away from Anchor 9, but you want to try to chase them if you can, and get a few extra points before the end of the segment here. So at this point, we're going to cut back to Anchor 9 and go to the nav point. Don't crash into Anchor 9, because if you're boosting straight at it and you go through the nav point, you could crash and blow up as the cutscene activates, but then it'll bring you back before the cutscene to whatever your last checkpoint was. So slow down right before you hit this last nav point here, and then there will be a cutscene, and we'll come out of the cutscene, we'll dive down under this Corvette here, and we're going to take out all the Banshees that are docked. So just dive down as soon as you come out of that cutscene, and then we're going to look back up at the underside of this big Covenant ship here, and we'll look up, and we're kind of going to zigzag back and forth from the closest Banshees to the furthest away Banshees. And I only got a Kill Apocalypse there or something? You could actually get a Killionaire. You could actually get multiple Killionaires there because there's more than 10 Banshees. But as they deploy, they go down to the left and go down to the right, and they kind of stay grouped up for a little while. So you could, if you focus on them, you could kill them all pretty quickly as they kind of swoop down to the left and to the right. And then we could focus on the Seraphs, which is our next priority, because those guys are the most dangerous enemies, actually, other than the big new guns that are on the Covenant itself, the Covenant ship itself, I should say. The big one in the middle of the area here. has some hefty guns on the sides of it. So don't get too close to that because he could take you out very quickly. So just, be aware of that. So we're going to take out these engines once we're done with the Seraphs. And after we take out these engines, we could expect more Seraphs to come in here. So we're going to have to fight one more wave of Seraphs before we disembark and, turn in our saber keys and never get in a saber again until they bring it back in another Halo game. But who knows if that'll happen. So we got one more engine left. There's nav points on each of them. You could do this before taking out the Seraphs, but then you would have to deal with the Seraphs that were already here, plus the additional ones that come in now that you've taken out the engines. So you want to divide and conquer rather than, killing them all at once or trying to kill them all at once. So here they are. They come in above the big Covenant Corvette. And we're just going to tear into these guys like we've been doing. Take them down, take down their shields with the chain gun, finish them off with the missile pods or missile launcher, whatever it is. Missiles? Just missiles. But you could always team up with the Savannah. The Savannah is the name of the human ship that is circling around the Covenant Corvette here. So that human ship has a gun on it, multiple guns, and he's firing at these Seraphs. So you could kind of team up and take down the Seraphs more quickly by combining fire on these guys. If you would like to do that, you can see they're shooting in the left direction, so I'm going to cut over there, and we're going to take that guy out. He took him out before I could lay any damage down on him, so I didn't get any points. So that is not preferable because we're going for points here, but we'll take this guy out, the last one here, with the help of the Savannah. Took him out a little more quickly, and then we'll just kind of dock. You can see I'm getting lit up by those guns I was talking about on the side of the Corvette, and I'm not taking my own advice. You want to stay clear of the sides of this Corvette. You can see the guns on the side here that I'm shooting at right now. But we'll you don't get any points or anything for destroying them or anything, but we'll land on the top here by the nav point. Remember to slow down so you don't crash into the hole as you're going into the cutscene, because it will bring you back to the last checkpoint. But we're going to whip out our sword and take out these elites that are jetpacking through the door shield here. I accidentally threw that plasma nade. You don't have to do that. That was in error. I picked up the controller after the cutscene and accidentally hit the trigger, the left trigger to throw a nade. We're going to drop down, and you could use the rockets to take out one of these two guys, or you could use the sword. Either way. And then after that, we are going to grab a fresh plasma pistol off the bottom middle of the floor here. There's two of them you could grab. Grab one of them. And then for your other weapon, we're going to grab a needle rifle out of the crate here on the top left of the door we need to go through. So we're going to kind of hang out by this door before it opens so we could really start charging into here with our needle rifle. It takes 3 shots with the needle rifle to kill a grunt if you're not headshotting them. So 3 body shots will take out a grunt with a super combined explosion. For the elites, you want to use the overcharged plasma pistol to take down their shield and then finish them off with a headshot from the needle rifle. But your first priority when getting into this room is to take out the engineer floating in the middle of the room, because he will provide shielding to all of the enemies, and if the enemies already have shielding, he will provide additional shielding. So we don't want to deal with that. Just take him out real quick. And then your next priority is to find the fuel rod grunt, who is oftentimes on the right side, and take him out because he has the biggest gun in this room. But other than that, we're really just killing people as quickly as we can, 3-shotting the grunts and also overcharged plasma pistoling the elites like so, and finishing them off with a headshot from the needle rifle. And you want to be aware that these elites have jetpacks, so they could jetpack above you. There's ramps above you, so one could wind up there and then kind of come down around and flank you from the left to the right. So be aware of that. And kind of keep an ear out for any jetpacking sounds or anything like that, and be aware of the possibility they could be shooting you from the side. So take a look to the left and the right every now and then, and we'll run up here, take these guys out as quickly as possible with the plasma pistol, needle rifle combo, activate the switch, and then we'll run to the other side of this door up ahead here. Immediately after the cutscene, we want to kind of hide at this door, and then as soon as it opens, we're going to sprint ahead, and we're going to take the 2 elites by surprise, and we can wrap up around behind them and assassinate them. That's what we're doing here. Door opens, run over here. They'll most likely be startled, and you can wrap up around behind them and smack them. If you find that one or both of them get away without you being able to assassinate them, you could use the noob combo like we've been using. There's more needle rifle ammo in this room in that crate. There's also a few grunts that you might be able to get some kills on. The Marines take them out pretty quickly, but if you could land some shots on them, that would be good so you could get those points. And we're going to move ahead. Remember to keep picking up a fresh plasma pistol so you could keep that noob combo going. Famine is on, so you'll have to change out more than normal your plasma pistol that you're using. Assassinate that guy. If he's aware of your presence, obviously just noob combo him like we've been doing. Move forward, and you might be able to sneakily assassinate all of the enemies in this room, depending on where they spawn in. But unfortunately, we got, I guess not unfortunately, we got kind of the middle of the road spawn where there's one grunt in the middle. Sometimes there's two grunts in the middle, which is super hard to assassinate everybody. It's probably not even possible because once you kill one of them, the other one becomes aware. And if there's none in the middle, it's way easier to assassinate everybody. But we're kind of going for speed here because time is a factor, remember, for your par score. So we'll quickly assassinate as many people as we can, and then we'll turn to our gun to lay into the grunts to take those guys out with the super combined explosions, and then we can start noob comboing any elites that remain. But one thing you want to be aware of is there are some invisible elites in this room, so if you didn't assassinate them, they'll turn invisible, and then you'll have to deal with them, and you can't really noob combo them that easily because you can't lock on with the plasma pistol if they're invisible. So what you'll end up doing, or what you will end up wanting to do, is actually using the plasma pistol as a regular weapon instead of overcharging it. You could actually just kind of pull the trigger rapidly to shoot tiny bursts from it, and that actually gets the shield to be dissipated very quickly because it's actually very effective against any shielding, and also the shielding on invisible elites in particular is very weak, so it will take them down, and then you could pop them in the head real quick for the headshot. And then once you activate the switch at the bridge here, you have to go back the way you came, and there will be some enemies that come through the door you came through, so watch out for that. There's an elite along with some minions, and then we'll move forward. There's also going to be additional enemies in this room coming out of this door, so there's going to be a jackal and some grunts, so we'll deal with them, and you should be able to super combine them easily enough, and then we're going to run to the next section. This next section has a bunch of waves of enemies, and the first one is pretty easy because we're going to be kind of coming from the side of them, and they won't really know we're here, so you could grab more needle rifle ammo out of that crate, and then you could start laying into these guys. There's jackals, grunts, and elites, or one elite I should say, but they're mostly fixated on George, so it should be fairly easy to take out this first group of enemies in this room. Once you take out all those guys, you want to make sure you have a fresh plasma pistol if you can, along with a good amount of needle rifle ammo. There's some, like I mentioned, in the room we just came from, and there's additional ammo for the needle rifle in this room as well. I'll show you where that is in a bit. We're going to run over here. We just took out the last enemy from the first wave, and we're going to run over here. This is where the second wave is coming from. There's 4 jackals with shields here. Throw a couple nades down, one in the back, one in the front. It takes all 4 of them out. Then you can run up here. This ramp will lead you to 2 more jackals with needle rifles. You could actually take them out quickly and add them to that multi-kill, so you could get all 6 in a nice multi-kill there. Then we'll look down over here. There's going to be 1 elite. I'm zooming in on the crate right there that has needle rifle ammo, and there's 1 over at the top on the other side as well. But down there, back to where the enemies are coming from, there's a bunch of grunts down here that came out of the doorway, and also 1 elite. So we want to make it so that once we take out the last enemy from this wave, we're fairly close to this section so we can run up this ramp because the next wave of enemies is coming out of this room. So throw a nade down at those grunts. Once 4 are dead, I believe, 2 elites will spawn in up here, and you could surprise them and come up around behind them and assassinate them. Or you could noob combo them like so, however you're feeling, however close you are. If you're not close enough, obviously you won't be able to kind of get behind them in time, but you could always noob combo them as well. And then there will be 3 elites that come from the other corners of the room. So 1 in each corner that you weren't in just then will come out. The one that's over here actually comes out of the door that's below me. So I'm waiting here, and he's not going to be coming out of there. So you can see he just came out of that door, and it just closed because he vacated the premises. But we'll just use the noob combo to take out these 3 last elites. They have pretty good weapons, so you want to kind of keep your distance if you can. This guy I'm going to just smack to death, I guess. So you could always do that if you're feeling comfortable and you're feeling up to it. So grab a fresh plasma pistol if you can. I'm struggling to find a fresh plasma pistol at this point. So we took out that guy. There's 1 left, and I need another plasma pistol yet again. I picked up a really low one that I was using previously, and then I just picked up one with 0, and here we go. Here's one with 34. That's a good number. So we got this guy left. We'll just give him the old noob combo, and he is dead. He's down for the count. Run to the back of the Pelican. George will come over here to meet you. You'll trigger the cutscene, and that will be the end of the mission, and we will come in at under par time, which is 25 minutes. So if you finish 25 minutes or under, you'll get the max time bonus. And if you come in at over 45,000, you will have gotten this achievement. It didn't unlock here or pop here because I got it previously, but you can see we came in well over 45,000, which is the par score threshold. Came in at nearly 87,000. So that is all for this one, guys. Join me next time when we tackle the par score on Exodus. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You can also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.